Interesting, Maggie was once again begging for a costume for Halloween. You know, I find it interesting enough. Hold, please. This photo here, Maggie, why weren't you begging for a costume in this photo here? Pretty sure she was. See? Who is that? Annabelle? Is that Annabelle? Yeah. Yeah, now you're starting to follow along where I'm coming from. I thought she had already had the money for the Halloween costume. Yeah. See, everybody's now starting to follow along and what's going on? You know, I was under the understanding that she already had the money for the costume, but yet apparently she didn't. And yet then she was sitting here, hold on. Here in this one, with two individuals in her box, literally chatting it up the other night. So then obviously she wasn't too overly concerned about the costume that night. But, you know, while we're at it, let's get into it. Throw the meat and potatoes all into it. Because you know what? When she was sitting in a restaurant, she was waiting on her food patiently. She decided to roll some pictures through. So guess what? I got the pictures. Maggie, you know, that's interesting. You're in the picture. Where's Team Maggie at? Where's the Mag family at? They're not in that picture. Why? Is that because you went to it and nobody else did? They all paid your way to go to that? Well, that's interesting. Exactly, Bugs. There's certainly a lot of costumes out there that are a lot cheaper than $56. And Spirit Halloween, yeah, they are expensive on everything. Some people turn around and save up for it just to go get it. But that's interesting. She's in that picture. Hold on. She's in that one at an event. I don't see no Team Maggie or family in there. That's the same picture. How about this one? Okay. You know, no Team Maggie, just her herself. That was when she was out in LA, according to her. How about this one? So you just remember, ladies and gentlemen, that support Team Maggie. There you go. You're sending her to these events and you're not going. But she'll take your money in a heartbeat, folks. She don't care. Do you know where she's at right now? She's at a bingo event. All paid for. Raffles, tickets, the whole thing. The 9 yards, courtesy of all of her enablers and sponsors. Which brings me to another good question. Okay, you ready for this? I'm putting this picture up. Now, out of this picture, please, can somebody tell me what you see wrong with this picture? Nope, that's not even close, animal lover. Nope, not her Cash App. What do you think you see wrong with this? Oh, shit. Trollovision, you stink. You got it right. Ladies and gentlemen, why is Maggie Foster a paid partnership? Yes, folks. Good eye, Trollovision. You win the star for tonight. Well, I am going to do research on paid partnership, but I think, if I'm correct, that is one of the reasons how she's keeping her platform from being reported. But the problem is that it is reportable to TikTok. Because if you're paid partnership, you are not allowed to be on here scamming and begging for other people's money. Well, we're going to dig into that. But look, I tell you this right now, the individual that turned around and spotted this has got a good freaking eye. And they sent it to me. And I took one look, and it was right before the live. And I was like, oh, shoot, I got to get this. I got to get this across. I got to get this out. So Maggie, honey, why are you paid sponsorship or paid partnership, and yet you're asking for everyone to give you money? Oh, I have it saved. Trust me. And you're more than welcome to take screenshots. Because what's going to happen is I am going to submit this to TikTok Legal. And I am going to report it to TikTok. Because the last time I checked, you were not allowed to be a paid partnership with anything or anyone and sit there and beg for money. That's a big no-no according to TikTok. That's why a lot of people get kicked off. Of the TikTok shop. Oh yes, Karma. Definitely. I'll make sure that I send it into all of them, not just SSI, HUD, everyone. Yeah, that's exactly right. But isn't that interesting? That is. So paid partnership. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you for letting us all know that that's what you're doing. Oh, I know it's lagging. I'm sure that I'm being reported because they do not want this information to get out there. So, that's all I'm saying. But you know, another interesting fact is that when somebody reaches out in the openness of the internet and they send you information. Hi, Pat. How you doing? Welcome in. Paid partnership. Well, Lee, we're going to investigate that. We're going to do our research. We're going to get all the information. We're going to turn around and look into it unless somebody has some free time to look it up right now. No, Libra, it was a orange dinosaur, I think. How you doing, Pathetic? But that is, and I can tell you this right now, paid partnership could lead to the reason why her lives don't get taken down and they don't get nannered. And that's why she turns around. You know, here's another thing that I wanted to bring up too. Now, these pictures might be extravagantly large. My apologies, because I didn't get a chance to reduce them. For some reason, TikTok won't put up just what I need. So, okay, I think this is the picture. Yeah, it is. You see this picture right here? Okay. This picture was, when I took it, was 1 day ago. And this is from one of her videos. Okay. On these crackers, right? So, answer me this question. In 1 day, okay? Crap, and I didn't take the dang picture of it. Oh, did I? No, I did not. Okay, well, maybe I did. I got to check the folder. Okay, well, you know what? We won't worry about that. If you go to her page, okay? You go to her page and go to that video. You take a look at how many views that particular video got. Oh, okay. That video got over 14.1 thousand views in 1 day. Okay? 1 day, 14,000 views.